Firstly, it's always good to check that you have the most updated Windows. So what you're going to do is come down to your search bar and just type in settings. Then what you want to do is come down to the bottom left-hand corner and click on Windows Update. And then in the top right-hand corner, click check for updates. If you haven't done this in a while, you most likely will have updates to do. And to be honest, Windows do a lot of updates, so I may even have some to do as well. Okay, no, we're all good. We're up to date. You can also go to gaming, and if you want to, you can turn Xbox game bar off. I'd also recommend turning all these captures off and making sure that game mode is on. Another thing to do would be to search up GeForce Experience if you're an NVIDIA user. And then in the top left-hand corner, click drivers. If you click check for updates here, if you have the most recent drivers, then you should be good. If not, like me, you'll have to click download, and obviously it will download the most recent drivers, and then you can express install them. This is a pretty similar process on AMD. All you gotta do, just go on, check your drivers, make sure they're updated, and you should be good to go. Right, let me just express install these, and I will see you back in a second. But yeah, now that's updated. Again, if you're an NVIDIA user, go to your main menu, right click, and click open control panel. As you guys can see, this box will open, and then what you want to do is select use the advanced 3D image settings, and then click the take me there button. What I would recommend doing is taking maybe a screenshot or a note of any of these settings so that you can swap them back if you have any issues. But I would recommend clicking restore just in case you've changed any of these and it's going to muck with your in-game settings. But the only real main settings that you want are prefer maximum performance under power management mode, prefer refresh rate highest available, and making sure that your texture filter quality is on high quality. This is very important, as if you want it on high performance, then a lot of your skins might look a bit blurry. Again, if you're on AMD, I'm not sure how this works, but if any of you guys do know, let people know in the comments down below just to help them out. Now I've loaded up CS2, go to the settings menu and click over to the video tab, and what you want to do is just make sure that you're playing in 16:9, your highest resolution, full screen mode, and with the highest refresh rate your monitor will offer. Then if we come over to advanced settings, boost player contrast does not matter, wait for VSync should be turned off. Now we get into the true settings that matter. So for anti-aliasing, obviously if you have a crazy PC, you can put this to 8x, but honestly 4x, it pretty much looks exactly the same, so I recommend 4x. If you're on a bit of a weaker system, I highly recommend using 2x MSAA, which still looks fine. Then for shadows, you want to be using at least high settings, if not very high. Again, it just depends on your system. For model and texture, obviously you want high. Now for texture filtering mode, this is one that you really want to have at anisotropic 16x, because yeah, this is kind of what makes skins and just texture in the game look super HD. Also if you have any knives or any skins which kind of have like a reflective side of them, then you kind of want your shaders on high as well. Another thing that might affect quite a few people's PCs is particle detail, so I've just swapped this to low because honestly it really doesn't matter too much. Like obviously if you can have it higher, then try it out, see if it affects your FPS, but I'd recommend just having this low, as quite a few of these other settings are going to be bumped up. Remember though guys, you can use high shadow settings. Anisotropic, you could drop this down to 8x if you are having some issues. But yeah, shaded detail should really be high. Particle can be low. Ambient occlusion, again, should really be high, guys. Like, honestly, you do need to be playing with good settings if you want your skins to look nice. But again, if you're on a bit of a weaker system, maybe toggle this to medium and you should be good. Now, for high dynamic range, I recommend having the performance option enabled. Depending on the monitor that you're on, having performance or quality can make your game kind of fuzzy. So if it does look weird and fuzzy in certain spots, make sure you swap it to quality. But if your monitor's fine with it, use performance, and if you don't get any of these issues, then yeah, just keep it on performance, it's better. It does reduce a bit of the load on your GPU. For super resolution, you definitely, like guys, this is a non-negotiable. Any of you guys using anything but disabled, that's probably why your skins look terrible. You need this on disabled, otherwise your game will look super blurry. And then for NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency, just have this disabled. Now let's load up a quick private match on Vertigo, and as you guys can see, not only does the game look super nice, but also this skin now looks super HD and clean. Same with the stickers. As I say, these aren't even on the best settings, guys, so you do not need the best settings, which are going to put the most stress on your PC, to have super clean skins and stickers.